for sweaty competitive games. So
Yeah,
so it works
yeah.
for me just to let people go. Yeah. So in the last match, there was one person, not the last match, but earlier before you showed up, there was someone who there was one person in the match that had the habit of teabagging me, even though he wasn't doing so good that I thought that was necessary. So it was like, all right, well, you're dead. I'm killing you. You know, that's for sure. I'm going to take you out, which I did. He was the first one I took out. No one else teabagged me, but I, you know, they were running around with flashlights and trying to get saves and stuff. And I thought, well, you know, you guys are playing competitively, so fine, I'll go for a couple kills. But then the very last person was a Bill who I downed a couple times, and I thought, you know, you guys played a good game. I'll let you go. And he, you know, he thanked me. He did the gentle teabag at the hatch to let me know that he appreciated it, and then went away.
Yeah.
So I like doing that.
Yeah. I've got no problems with people escaping either through the hatch mercifully or by their own volition, because sometimes they play well enough that I don't feel bad having those survivors make their escape. I'm not super competitive, and I also don't want to face sweat squads, which I've unfortunately done a bit more often than not these past couple of weeks. But
yeah, I'm wondering what this is going to be like after New Year's, because obviously the game is giving away incentives for everyone to play every day this month.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, I've also heard, and I'm guessing my first instinct is this is hyperbole, but I do wonder if there's something to it. Then on the Dead by Daylight forums, they're saying that a lot less people are playing Killer lately because just the Killer game isn't as good. They've really like dampened it. You know, the game is so survivor-sided way more and more and more and more. I don't know if that's true, and I hope it's not, because the more people that don't play Killer, the longer Survivor games will be.
Right, yes. And I think there's truth to that, because during the Snowman event, I heard a lot of complaints on Twitter that Killers did not like Snowman whatsoever because they gave them the survivors free hits, you know, kind of more get out of jail free cards. So
yeah.
I was like, hey, if everybody's complaining about that and they're saying they're not playing Killer anymore, this must mean that the Killer queues is gonna go by that much faster for me. So I'm gonna start playing Killer because it's something I don't typically get to do.
Yeah,
and
I wasn't thinking of that.
Yeah, lo and behold, surely enough, the Killer queue times were super fast. So I spent the past couple of weeks now actually just playing Killer. I've been playing a lot more Killer than I have Survivor. This session here with you is actually the first time I've played Survivor probably since the last time we played, because I've just been going all in on the Killers.
I hope I'm not diverting you from something you'd prefer to be doing.
Absolutely not.
Okay. Have you learned anything?
I thoroughly enjoy both sides. That's why I'm perfectly content with, you know, some people kind of dipping out of the Killer queue, because if that was what was popular before and now it's kind of more balanced, and now we've got a little bit of the player base playing each role, I'm perfectly fine with that, because I can hop into the Killer queue. It'll take like 90 seconds. I can still hop into the Survivor queue. It takes a little bit longer than I used to, but it's still not like 5-10 minute wait like the previous Killer queues were.
Yeah.
So it's been nothing but good times for me, because I have my kind of pick of the litter here. What am I feeling like today? Do I want to be a Survivor? Do I want to be Killer? Well, Killer's going by just a little bit quicker in the queue time, so let's do that. Okay, never mind. Killer's taking a bit more long for now, so I'll stop over to Survivor for a moment, and it works out. Why are we back in the swamp?
I know. I'm very disappointed to see that. I haven't gotten. I know this is all right for you, but I haven't gotten RPD in quite some time, and I also haven't gotten the new map in forever. And haven't gotten. Well, there was a while where I was getting game pretty regularly, and I can't say that I wasn't getting a fair amount of Midwich as well. So I guess I was getting all my favorite map.
Haven't gotten Midwich in quite a while. What the heck was that?
Oh,
boom.
That was me lighting it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sounded a little different because I was talking, so I couldn't tell if you had the broken one or lit one.
If I find one, I'll definitely break it. I will bless it, because it's more points for me, I think, and
yeah.
Also helps to, of course, eliminate the Killer's special deal. I've noticed that during the day lately, since roughly around December, I'd say, Survivor queues have been longer but not so much longer that I prefer to just play killer all day, because at night killer queues are as they always were. At night I can get into a killer game pretty easy.
Yeah.
So it's still for me, I still can get into I still prefer to play Survivor during the day, because it's still, while it is slower, that is still the fastest Survivor time for me. It just is slower.
Yeah.
And I hope that ends soon, because I want to be able to jump into my quick Survivor matches. Survivor is my preferred role, although I am trying to branch out, as you know, with Killer a little bit.
Yeah, I saw you recently got the Adept on the Artist.
On my first match.
Oh.
I had no idea. I just bought her, and it was like, okay, cool, let's try her. And the whole match, I was struggling to understand how to use her power, and somehow, I guess because I've been doing good with keeping my MMR down, I got a total Adept. It was a 4-player wipeout. I was only using her 3 perks because I didn't have anything else, and I Adepted her. And so I got an achievement that only 0.2% of the entire Dead by Daylight population has gotten. So I'm like, yeah!
Yeah! You are the lead now.
Yeah, it feels pretty cool. I think there's only like one more under her that's like 0.1%, which I think is also related to Artist. So I was pretty happy about that. Yeah, and I do like using her, but I figured out how to use her, and it is fun. I like her. But you really have to be proactive. She is certainly not as damaging from far away as the beta. The trial people made it sound like she would be.
Yeah.
They made it sound like, oh, well, she could just snipe you from across the map. Yes, she can. Yeah. But she has to time it to be able to snipe you twice, which is difficult in order to damage you. Who are we? Billy. Okay, it's Billy.
Alright, I heard the chainsaw earlier, but I haven't
I wasn't sure. Yeah. He's chasing me pretty good here. I'm trying to loop him around some woods.
I hear the chainsaw revving up.
I somehow managed to get away from him, actually. Oh, only temporarily.
Alright.
Oh. Ooh, this is good. This is quite a chase here I'm in. He's coming my way, and I'm coming your way. I'm trying not to.
I think I can pop the gen before he,
Good deal.
Very good deal, very good deal.
Oh,
I'll take it.
Oh, we're actually kicking his ass. Okay, so he's in the middle of the map.
He's on the big
somewhere
boat right now.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to get away from.
It should be with me right now.
Okay. You guys were really nailing those gens. I can't believe. I mean, someone must have been having some special powers.
Oh yeah.
And I see we have another covert boon user. That's got to be pissing the killers off.
Yeah, that's another reason the killer queues have decreased significantly, because I hear a lot of people complaining about the boon totems and how they're very overpowered, and I'm I'm kind of in agreement, honestly. I do think they're just a little bit overtuned, but I do like the boons.
I love them, but they could be tuned down to the point that one or the other. Either A, there should only be one per match, although again I don't know how they would do that if multiple people bring boon powered characters, or they should maybe have a time limit, perhaps, or a smaller range. Snuff them once and they're out.
I think I'm not a fan of snuffing out once and then they're gone. What I want is a token system like they've been using on several other perks. Just add the token system to the boon totems themselves.
Okay.
And I would say maybe decrease some of the power that the boons have. Because the healing
not as strong of healing.
The healing boon is already so powerful because it increases your healing by like 100% or something crazy like that.
Yeah,
and it lets everybody
I think it starts at 90.
Yeah. So I think that's just a little bit overtuned, and the Shadow Step, I think everyone underestimates that one significantly more than the healing, because healing is something that's very difficult to deal with. But the Shadow Step is what really gets me, in that the radius in which you can cover with the boon totem to turn off your scratch marks or notifications of any kind, I feel like that's just a bit overtuned.
I see.
So what I would like is maybe decrease the radius just a little bit on the Shadow Step, or if you bring Shadow Step and the Healing Boon, have each one kind of decrease in power. So if you're bringing 2 boon perks and you're lighting up, your typical totem to give that totem boon perks, if you're doubling up, have the healing tuned down just a little bit, like, I don't know, 10% or so. Not something too drastic. And don't completely remove the scratch marks. Make the scratch marks very faint, as if they're already beginning to fade.
Add a little bit of a trade.
Yes.
If you're using both.
There needs to be a little bit of trade-off if you're using 2 boons.
I understand. That makes sense.
As it is now, I don't hate the boon totems in any way. I think they're actually a great element to the game that probably should have been added a long time ago. I just think they're a bit overtuned at the moment. They're probably just a little bit too powerful for my liking.
They could use a little bit of polish. They're a little bit on the unfair side.
Yeah, they're a great idea. I just think they're just a bit too much right now. And I'd like to see it tuned down just a little bit, not too much, because I'm not in agreement that they're so overpowered that they're impossible to deal with. But just a little bit would be nice.
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing all my matches, like when I play someone that I'm good with, like Doctor, they don't make that much of a difference to me, but I notice them, like I can, they kind of help me to understand, like, where some of the survivors go and stuff like that. Like in other words, they're in play and I'm aware of them, but they don't really dramatically alter my game. However, Doctor is a killer who's really good about affecting people all over the map, so for, like, I would say, like, for example, if I was using someone like Trapper or Nurse or someone like that who normally goes a little bit slower, Trickster maybe, I would think the boon totems would be really a pain in the ass.
Yes, I was playing a Trapper match on Coldwind, which is just a bad matchup for me anyway because I can never see the Corn, but that's my
can't either.
Personal disability. As I'm playing in that match, somebody's lit up a boon totem. It's got a Circle of Healing, a Shadow Step and whatnot. So now I can't see through the corn, and I can't even look at the ground to see the scratch marks. I'm like, oh no, this is bad. So I gotta go snuff that out, and then I get it down, and then I get a hook, and then I come back, and I'm like, oh, this boon has been lit up again. That's cool. Let's snuff it out again. No, let's go back to square one. And they kept lighting that same boon over and over. I'm like, stop! Stop! This is my own personal hell. It's the worst.
Fuckers!
Please! I don't like this.
I can easily imagine that scenario.
Yeah. That was definitely a rough one for me. That was the point where I was like, yeah, maybe this is just a wee bit overtuned, Yeah,
I
mean, give me some little faint scratch marks, please. Don't just delete them from the game. Just give me little scratch marks,
Even make them just appear a little bit faster, but not make them invisible. Something. There's a lot of little tweaks they can do to balance things out a little bit better. Yeah. While we're waiting, I'm going to grab a drink really quick, so I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay.
Mike is gone, and I'm going to spread filthy rumors about him. Well, while I'm recording. This is recording, right?